Lovely people. Hello, guys. Hello. Hold on one second. Why did TikTok just give me a restriction? What the heck? Alrighty, guys, we're gonna restart the TikTok stream because they just give me a stupid restriction. So on YouTube, we'll be staying here. TikTok will be right back. Hold on just a moment. Dumb shit. Stupid. I hate when it does that. Okay, let's try this again. Jeez Louise. Hi, Juniper. Okay, guys, welcome. Justin, good to see you on YouTube, as always. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning, guys, currently right now here for Los Angeles County that is tornado possible tagged. This doesn't look to be like a super impressive storm, but we've had a couple warnings overnight last night and a couple of warnings this morning, so we're going to get on here and cover for just a little bit. We're watching this one cell, really this line of storms here that's just west of Los Angeles, California. I think it's weird that I'm literally calling out severe weather in California, but it happens. Legitimately, it happens. So, like I said, crazy stuff this year. 2025 continues to be really weird in terms of the weather. Very weird. So once again, if you guys are joining in on TikTok, good to see y'all coming in. We had to reset the stream real quick because TikTok was being weird. But we have a tornado possible tag severe thunderstorm warning for Los Angeles County, California. We actually had a couple of tornadoes at about 2 o'clock this morning that were over near the Santa Barbara area last night. So once again, a really weird day / night. Jennifer, go. You're gonna go. Goodbye. Thank you. But yeah, interesting stuff happening today. Again, good morning, Aubrey. Good to see you. Hello, Nessa. Welcome in, guys. So once again, tornado possible tag, severe thunderstorm warning here for about another 41 minutes. I'm not seeing anything too impressive. Yeah, that was the chair that time, Lainey. Also, Rosin, thank you for the what's up. I appreciate that as well. But yeah, little tour pause here. I want to watch also, I was noticing on radar here just a little bit ago, back over here offshore, a couple little potential areas to kind of note here for super cell potential, a couple little cells out here. If this line of storms doesn't really produce anything in the next little bit here and this warning expires, we do need to talk about an update on severe weather this weekend. We also need to talk about the tropics. We got stuff to talk about, so we'll go ahead and do our main live stream today. Aubrey, with the galaxy, let's freaking go. I appreciate you. By the way, I really appreciate you guys. You guys have done nothing but show just incredible love over the last couple days, and I really appreciate it. So, Aubrey, thank you very much for that. That seriously means a lot. I appreciate it beyond words. But you guys have just been amazing, and I appreciate it. Hello, Ashley. Kristen, welcome in. Lainey and Nessa, good to see you guys. If you are coming in, do say hi if you would like to say hi. I do appreciate it very much. But once again, guys, the theme today is tornadoes in California, possible. Really, over the next couple of hours, this threat's going to start to diminish as these storms work their way inland here. It's not like your classic tornado setup anywhere else in the United States where, you know, you're done after storms kind of come through. It's just weird over here. We're literally covering tornadoes in California today. Like, when does that ever happen? Also, we broke history last night, guys. We had a severe thunderstorm watch that was issued last night in a marginal risk zone from 12 o'clock this morning to 6 o'clock this morning in Southern California. And that is the first severe thunderstorm watch to be issued in California state history since 2007. I'm not joking. 2007 was the last time a watch got issued anywhere in California, and it happened last night between 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. this morning. So we got off our live stream last night, and I was getting ready to go to bed, and we had 2 tornado warnings up in Santa Barbara, and we had a watch that was issued. So it tells you how often severe weather happens in California, but it does happen. It does happen, especially this time of the year. It really happens more in terms of January, February, when we have those atmospheric river setups happening, and then it also happens over, you know, in the fall and winter months when we have atmospheric rivers setting up. So this is not unnormal, but it's rare, I would say is the word. So once again, still seeing that tornado possible tag, severe thunderstorm warning. I'm not seeing really any really big time rotation right now. I do want to watch because sometimes these little little areas of rotation can spin up. Once again, just west of downtown Los Angeles. This is going to be just north of Santa Monica. We got about 39 minutes left on this tour pause severe thunderstorm warning. So, yeah, and that's been the trend this year. 2025 has been the year of, I don't know how to explain it. It's just been the year of, weird weather events. Like, we've had a lot of flooding. We've not had any hurricanes this year, knock on wood. And this year's tornado season has officially gone down as the second highest tornado season in record history. 2024 will go down as top 2. Number 1 is going to be, you want to guess it? 2011. Go figure, right? That was the year of the super outbreak. But just a weird year this year, and it continues to be weird. So, also another thing that was weird was our first tornado that was confirmed this year was actually in the state of California. So who would have knew that, right? Let me take a look here at a couple things. Let me does that mean Oregon is going to be getting soon? Yeah, so Brooke, Oregon won't be seeing necessarily any severe weather, but you guys, we're going to talk about the West Pacific here in just a minute. You guys are going to have an active jet stream. What that's going to do is promote heavy rainfall, possibly some snow for some people. It's getting into that fall winter months where you see just storm after storm after storm, and we're in what's called a La Nina pattern, which favors a jet stream out of Canada, therefore brings a lot of moisture down, and we get a lot of wind events for you guys. I know y'all are used to that in Oregon and over in Washington State, but I do look to see a more stormier active period for you guys. I think Oregon, other than that one busted risk zone we had back in, I think, early spring, you guys remember that? We sat on stream for like 6 hours and nothing happened. They were calling for like a 5 or 2% tour risk and nothing happened. But yeah, we could see some interesting things as we go through the next couple of weeks here. I'm going to be watching that for sure. We're still trying to figure out where in the hell this tropical wave is going to go next week / Halloween week. The possibility is, once again, all over the board here. The GFS model last night, if you guys were on the stream, was showing a tropical or a hurricane going towards Haiti and Puerto Rico. This morning it's back in the Yucatan. It's back going toward the Gulf. So we're gonna have to see what the lunchtime run brings us today and see if we get any corrections here. But it doesn't look like our wave is gonna develop until we get closer to the end of the weekend. So, which completely is fine with me. We are gonna be in severe weather coverage mode Saturday, at least as of right now. We do have a bigger slight risk now. They expanded the slight risk further north, which really kind of threw me off a little bit. And a lot of the what's the word here? Some of the different I can't think of the word. I'm losing my mind. Some of the experimental models that predict severe weather that have done really good so far this year are showing an even higher event than what SPC is showing. So we got some things to work and talk about and figure out in terms of what's going to happen on Saturday, and not even just Saturday, what's going to happen next week. So a lot of things are going to be changing with our weather pattern, and we're going to get busy. It's what we were mentioning last night. So, yeah. You guys should feel loved. We're getting a live stream this morning. I haven't even got a chance to make videos yet this morning. I had to go do some grocery shopping and get some stuff done this morning, so I was not able to get a video out quite yet. But you guys get a live stream, so hopefully that makes up for it. I do think they'll drop this tornado warning. I think they'll drop this tour pause severe thunderstorm warning eventually here soon. I still want to watch for a couple little storms that could fire off here. I do think last night was most of our main event, at least as of right now. For Saturday, do you expect Ohio to get severe weather? Wouldn't be Saturday, would more than likely be Sunday, and it's going to be probably a lower in threat. Also, Maddie, good to see you as well. Thank you for the heart me. Hello, Jordan. Hello, everyone coming into stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. But yeah, you know, we'll talk about that here in just a moment. I'm actually going to wait on a couple of model runs to finish updating here, and we'll get the lunchtime runs in. So, oh, there's Stephanie. Gosh darn it. Darn it, darn it. When are you starting snow coverage? When we get winter storms. I don't typically cover these winter weather advisories and events that happen up here in the high mountains because, one, radar doesn't do a great job at picking it up, and two, it's very normal this time of the year to see that. So once we start to get our big dips in the jet stream and snow comes down here into the central plains and high plains, that's when we'll start to do some coverage. But wow. Let me look at something here. Hold on just a moment. Let me look at something. There we go. Let me zoom this back out here. I'm going to take a look and see if we've got any model updates. Oh, it's been a weird year in the weather world. That is for sure, guys. Let's see here. Let's see. I thought SBC would have issued another mesoscale discussion, but I guess they did not. Oh, we still have a severe thunderstorm watch out. Shows how much I know. That watch got extended. I didn't even know that. Oh, I am out of the loop, guys. This is what happens when we don't have weather coverage for like 2 months. This is legitimately what happens. Alrighty. Let's take a look at the 12Z GFS coming in. We're going to see what it does. Let's see here. I'm looking at trough features, and I'm looking at instability and dew points for Saturday's setup. So we're going to kind of see. I've got the radar on your screen, guys, so you can see where that severe thunderstorm warning is. Once again, if you guys are just joining in the stream, we had history happen this morning. Our first severe thunderstorm watch being issued from the National Weather Service in over 17 years for Southern California. That is very rare that we see severe weather in California. We also had 2 tornado warnings this morning around 2:30, 2:30 Eastern time in Southern Cali as well, over near Santa Barbara. And, you know, we didn't have any confirmed tornadoes out of it, but that line of convection that was moving offshore was producing water spouts, and we ended up getting a couple tornadoes in Southern California this morning. So that was an interesting setup. Once again, just adding to the weird season of 2025. Good morning, Ali. Good to see you. You changed your name, so it throws me off sometimes. We do have a little severe weather risk as well today over here in portions of New Mexico. So I saw SPC mention a potential slight risk upgrade here. We'll see what they do on the 11:30 update in about 30 minutes. But yeah, it is very rare to see tornadoes in Southern California. It's not something that happens very often. Typically, I mean, the fact that we're getting moisture and rain into areas that have seen so many wildfires over the last couple of, years here is a good thing as well. This is going to be some beneficial rainfall for mostly everybody here, but we don't want to see the severe weather associated with it. Never a good thing to see have happen. Go back here to velocity. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. They'll probably drop this warning, I would think, here soon. Just gonna kind of check around the board here, make sure we're not seeing anything too crazy. Yeah, I'm not seeing any of these cells really doing anything. Lots of rain inventory. Yeah, absolutely, which is good, though. You guys need it. You guys need it badly. A lot of people in the Southwest here need rain significantly. So we will take it when it happens at the end of the day. Let me go back here and look at this new update. Let's see. Still has our tropical wave hanging around, which seems about right. I'll say, I know you guys are loving it. It's very rare that I ever get to cover Southern California weather because there's never anything happening. Okay, that's fine, Brooke. Absolutely. I will absolutely do it. Hello, Sierra. Good to see you as well. But yeah, you guys need the rain badly. So weirdly enough, our European ensembles for our tropical system next week really want this thing going into Mexico and just not going anywhere near the United States. I don't know how much I buy that until this system develops. So we'll have to, continue to watch trends. Imagine being in love with weather. I know, right? You don't get much of anything down there, Mary. That kind of sucks, though, honestly. Why are we taking this system? What is this doing? I don't think the models know what's going to happen with this next week. I really don't. Let's see here. I'm going to leave this radar screen up until the warning expires. So once again, if you're Los Angeles County, that Torpos warning is moving slowly to the east, or the storm is itself. Looks like our jet stream is dipping further to the south on the new run coming in, which also a little bit weird. Okay. It's about outside the warning box here. Yeah, Alaska did get hammered. You guys had that strong upper level low. A lot of people were trying to call it a typhoon. It was not a typhoon. It was just an upper level deepening low that caused a lot of destruction up there for you guys. And that's honestly normal this time of the year. You guys can get those upper level lows that basically bomb out, and you get basically what seems to be a hurricane, but it's not. I still want to watch. There's a little bit of some supercell-like structure here with this. Yeah, I know Arizona's had a lot of flash flooding over the last couple of days. It's not been fun watching that either. They had those moderate risk zones, moderate and slight risk zones out for you guys the last couple of days, and it definitely came to fruition, that's for sure. Just a heads up too, guys, for any of y'all that watch my videos, since we're live on YouTube as well, this will post as a video. So I will not post a video on YouTube today, but I will probably post a quick weather update later on this afternoon on TikTok once I get some afternoon model runs in, since we're already live this morning. So if you watch my videos regularly, that'll be the game plan for today. I was hoping to not have to get on this morning, but we're here, so it's what matters at the end of the day. It feels nice to track some weather for once, though. Even though there's not a lot happening, it feels nice to track weather. Like, genuinely. I'm actually enjoying this. Not that the weather is happening, but I'm enjoying the fact that there's actually something to talk about. So. Send it to Oklahoma. Maybe one of these days, stuff. They're gonna drop this warning here pretty soon. Interesting setup now. Let me look. Oh, well, that's not good. The GFS now has pretty much lined up with the Euro, and it has shifted our storm system setup back further west, which puts more of eastern Oklahoma, western and central Arkansas, southwestern Missouri, western Illinois, and eastern Texas in a better instability gradient. I'm seeing instability values now over 2,000 for Saturday afternoon setup, so that's a difference. Not as much in the Ohio River Valley. There's some instability, but I think what we're seeing is the models are finally starting to understand there's going to be a little bit more instability than what we actually thought. Therefore, that severe weather risk might actually verify on Saturday. So we'll talk more about that here in just a moment. All right. Hello, Simba. So that is an interesting... We do have a little bit more instability starting to pop up in the Ohio Valley. So it's not zero. According to Windy, yeah, I don't really like Windy. No disrespect whatsoever. If you use Windy, that's completely fine. But also, the GFS this year has been absolute dog water when it comes to forecasting tropical systems. Right now, I'm going off of the ensembles, and the ensembles really don't have this thing developing until like really early next week, Saturday, Sunday, and the next Monday. And then most of them actually keep this right now in the far southern Caribbean, and then either have it fizzle out or it ends up going north out to sea. There's like one model run that takes this into Florida or any United States territories, and that's about it. So we're gonna have to see what the afternoon runs do today. But yeah, I wouldn't base my forecast for the tropics on this go round off of Windy or GFS. Definitely want to look at ensembles if you know how to do that, because one GFS run out of 51 runs isn't going to give you a solution, and Windy is going to just basically show that. So that's why we have to look at the long range forecast this far out in advance, just because we don't know what's going to happen. And this wave has continued to trend further south and south and south. So makes me a little bit more concerned. Oh, no, you're fine, Nobby. You're good. You're good. You're good. You are good. Thank you, Danny. Thank you guys for all the gifts. I appreciate it. Hi from Dora, Alabama. Hello, Kyle. Good to see you on YouTube. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm waiting for the National Hurricane Center to finally highlight something. It's really, honestly confusing that they have not done that yet. Also, we just got our new day one outlook in. All right, they have that tornado risk still in place for, I believe, Los Angeles is what I'm seeing. Hello, Danny. Hello, Allie. Yeah, it's... Jen, welcome to the weather world. Yeah, California, as we were talking about a few minutes ago, California really has two time frames for severe weather if you're going to see it, especially Southern Cali. It's early in the winter months during January and February and March when we have those atmospheric rivers coming in, those big low pressure systems. Sometimes if you get just a little bit of instability with enough low level shear, you can get a couple tornadoes. And then as we're transitioning from fall to winter, and we're going into that second fall severe weather season, it can also happen in Southern California. I've seen it happen a lot over the last 5 to 6 years in terms of this area, so it doesn't shock me whatsoever. It honestly doesn't. I don't think anything shocks me anymore in the weather world at this point. Good news is, though, we're not seeing anything impressive right now, and I think what's going to happen is it'll hopefully start to fizzle out. I haven't seen anything that's, like, screamed anything crazy. I do want to see if we're going to get any of these little cells to pop off here. Yeah, this warning should be expiring here pretty soon. Alrighty. Let's see if we're getting anything else on the GFS. I think the GFS just took this low and got rid of it. Definitely looks like we're going to see some severe weather on Sunday in the Mid-Atlantic as well. Yeah, if you visit St. Louis, nothing will surprise you. Yeah, that seems to be how it is. That sadly seems to be how it is here recently. I think most of the major cities this year have seen some type of significant severe weather events, sadly. I think our tropical wave disappeared, according to the GFS. It's weird. Yeah, I'm seeing more instability, a little bit more instability in the Ohio Valley for Saturday and a Sunday. We'll see. What I'm worried about, though, right now, not the new severe thunderstorm warning. Are you kidding me? Did they just extend it? You're joking, literally, though. They just extended it. For an hour and 35 minutes. It is Los Angeles now in that warning. So these are basically all of the highly populated areas that are under a Torpos severe thunderstorm warning. We've got Burbank, Glendale, Los Angeles, and Beverly Hills under a tornado possible tag severe thunderstorm warning at, let's see, it's 9 o'clock in the morning your time over there. That's probably one of the most weirdest things I've called out this year. So if you guys are in this warning box here, you have the chance of seeing an isolated tornado. This is all of pretty much all of Los Angeles County. I'm not joking. This is not made up. This is legit stuff happening. It just blows my mind more than anything. Not seeing really anything that's like going to prompt a tornado warning, though. If we get a tornado warning in Los Angeles, we'll add that to the bucket list, I guess. There is some rotation up here near 210, just north of Burbank, southeast of Santa Clara. I want to watch that. The thing about these setups in California is you can go from nothing to something in a heartbeat. No, like I said, tornadoes do happen, guys, in Southern California. They happen more times during the fall and winter and early during winter Spring transition. Yeah, so once again, I see a lot of people coming in. It was not a typhoon in Alaska. It was a strong upper level low. People are calling it that because of what happened, and there is no meteorological, sense of it being a typhoon whatsoever. It was just a very, very strong upper level low that brought very, very gusty winds and a lot of really bad conditions for you guys. It basically mimics a hurricane. That's kind of like what we had on the East Coast this weekend. We had an upper level low that kind of hung off the coastline, brought coastal flooding, heavy rainfall, very, very gusty winds. It acted like it was a tropical system, but it was not. But yeah, there was lots of storm surge you guys had over there. I saw that. But no, the thing about Alaska is we have no radars up there to cover with, and I have no way to cover anything that happens in Alaska whatsoever. There literally is no way to do it. So I can just kind of sit and hope that the people's weather people up there give out good information. Like I have no physical way to cover that up there. If I did, I'd do it, but I don't, sadly. It definitely looks to be that we will be in severe weather coverage mode on Saturday, and we'll probably start that coverage probably could be earlier in the morning potentially. We'll see. It does look to be that the GFS is trending with the euro. A lot more of a more pronounced jet stream is what I'm seeing here. So that's interesting to note. As expected, euro typically does more better with these scenarios. The GFS just completely got rid of our tropical system. It's gone. Sounds about right. That's how this hurricane season's been. Legitimately, at the end of the day, that's how it's been, sadly. What does red mean? Right, so we're looking at radar, correct? All right. Red is outflow, so your winds that are coming out of the storm. Green is inflow, with the way that the radar is presenting. So what we want to look for is a little couplet. And right now, I'm not really seeing anything. I think this cell is basically kind of falling apart here. You can even see the radar doesn't cover over top of Santa Barbara here in Santa Paula because of the fact that the mountains are literally right here. So in reality here, California will issue their severe thunderstorm warnings more times than not when TORPOS labels just because of the uncertainty with elevation up here. But like I said, I'm not seeing anything. There could definitely be some gusty winds up here, maybe a little land spout or two potentially, but just take this, if you're in California here, just take this seriously. You got an hour and 31 minutes in this warning box. I'm just kind of checking around the board here elsewhere, making sure nothing sneaky is happening. Okay. What is causing all the storms to be fish storms this year? So we've just had a lot of troughing. A lot of the troughs, these systems that come off the East Coast, troughs are stronger than a hurricane. It seems to me that a hurricane would be stronger than a cold front coming through. That's not the case. Cold fronts are upper level disturbances. They're going to push a hurricane out to sea almost every single time if they are in and around the area. We've also not had a lot of strong ridging in Bermuda this year that's allowed for our systems to long track to the United States, or they'll get really close and then a trough will push it off. It's either been bad timing or just really these storm systems recurve before they even get anywhere near. So it's really all about what happens in the Atlantic Basin, our Bermuda High, how strong or weak it is on top of, said what happens in the United States. And we've just gotten very, very lucky this year. I was bracing for a major hurricane season this year. I really thought this year was going to, pop off with it being a neutral season. And we had our accumulative cyclonic energy, our ACE points were met pretty much in terms of the forecast. And I would say we've met our major hurricane and hurricane name statuses, but we just didn't have anything make landfall, which is always good to see happen. But my more of concern now is with those water temperatures not being used, how is that going to help aid our fall severe weather season? How is the Southeast going to brace for severe weather this winter? As those temperatures help aid in instability. And so I do think we have a higher chance this winter of seeing more severe weather outbreaks in the Southeast than we do than we typically do normally. Hurricane season is usually very rough after a major hurricane season. I could argue that. I think that makes a good case, Scoot. I could absolutely agree with that. I don't have the the PhD or the background too well. I've got pretty good knowledge when it comes to hurricanes. Clearly I do weather coverage, so I have to. Hopefully as I go through meteorology school, I will learn more on how that process works. But unlike severe weather and tornadoes, hurricanes are very unknown. We barely can figure out if a storm is going to rapidly intensify. And even when we think it's going to, it can do it before then, it can do it after then. Hurricanes are just, I like to call them monstrosities that we're never going to really be able to figure out, I feel like, until our technology gets even better than what it is. You guys can see the error in forecasting. We can forecast severe weather, 5 days out. Can't forecast a tropical storm spot on where it's going to go 5 days out, and that's still a big problem. So we think that we have all this technology to forecast weather with, and currently right now we really don't. It's not that great. It's great in terms of warning times for some people. Sometimes they miss warning, sometimes they don't, but it's all about really you just have to pay attention. So I think we still have a long way to go with hurricane research and trying to figure out how to forecast tropical systems better than what we do now. Because if people are, I see it like this, if people are still dying from storms, then there is still more research and more stuff to figure out. That's how I see it as in my mind. We had 4 people killed in the coastal flooding this past weekend from the East Coast nor'easter that went by. And I bet you those 4 lives were either because people were outside surfing or in dangerous rip currents when they're not supposed to be, or they just didn't leave when they were supposed to leave due to flooding. So more times than not, when we have, flooding deaths or hurricane deaths, it's due to people either staying and trying to ride out the storm, or they just physically do stupid stuff. So I just don't understand somebody's mindset like that. I love to cover weather and I love to see weather, but I would never, if I had a hurricane coming my direction, I would probably leave. That's just because, one, I'm not used to it, and 2, I wouldn't want to risk my life, especially having kids. So I still think we have a long way to go in the weather world to figure out how to really, especially track hurricanes and severe weather both. So that's just my thoughts personally. U.S. Easterners are hard. Yeah, I mean, and that is how it is. Especially, I love you guys from Florida. I've got a lot of good friends from Florida that will leave when they need to leave, but I got a lot of friends that'll stick through a Category 4 hurricane, and it makes me so nervous because at the end of the day, I really think after Hurricane Helene happened last year, and I watched the highest fatality count. I've got people that I knew back in my hometown that lost their lives in Helene. I've got friends that I went to school with that aren't alive anymore because of Helene. I've got my family, thank God, nobody died in my family. But after watching Helene happen last year, it really makes me take hurricane season even more seriously than I ever have before. And that was a remnant low that went through. I mean, we had tropical storm force winds to hurricane force winds in North Carolina after a Category 4 hurricane made landfall in the Panhandle. So when people think, oh, yeah, we just focus on landfall, not what's going to happen after, people just don't take it seriously. We sit here and we try to give people forecasts on what's going to happen after a system makes landfall, or the remnants. And those remnants, sometimes, if you guys remember, Beryl from last year, Category 5 hurricane Beryl didn't make landfall as a Cat 5, made landfall as a Cat 2/3 in eastern Texas/Louisiana, brought the biggest tornado outbreak to Louisiana I've ever seen in my life. I think it was like 75 tornado warnings in one day issued from the National Weather Service in Shreveport. It was a horrific day to cover weather that day. And then it brought up a tornado outbreak into my backyard in the lower Ohio Valley just from the remnant low. So people just don't think about that stuff. People only want to focus on the impacts that happen at first hand and not what happens all the way inland, where people are going to see impacts until the system officially goes away. So it's just more weather awareness, and some people have it, some people don't have it at the end of the day. That's how I see it as. I appreciate that, Jen. I appreciate that. I try to give y'all the best knowledge that I can possibly give. Like I said, I'm still in med school. I still have some things that I have to learn, but I've got a pretty damn good knowledge for doing weather coverage for almost 9 years now. So at the end of the day, that's how I see it as. And you guys will see in the streams, I have people that'll come in and argue with me. I have people try to pull some stupid crap in the streams. And it's quite hilarious, but I'm usually, when I give you guys a forecast and when we're on here doing weather coverage and stuff like that, I'm pretty confident about what comes out of my mouth. So I'm never going to mislead you guys, steer you guys in the wrong direction or anything like that. So it's all about keeping you guys safe at the end of the day. So there's some Gulf weather glitter. That's crazy, Lainey. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Well, San Antonio, Texas, get anything? Not right now. We're going to talk about that global pattern here in just a little bit. We're still tracking this tour pause severe thunderstorm warning in Los Angeles, California, which is just weird to me. Hopefully this thing goes away here soon. I'm about sick of looking at this thing. Just kidding. Our tropical wave is not gone. It is there. It puts 2 lows in the Caribbean next week now. Actually, 3 lows in the Caribbean next week. So I don't know what is going on with next week. It's driving me crazy. Maya Papaya, good to see you. Maya, we gotta talk football sometime, girl. Your team's doing good, sort of, kind of ish. After last night, I don't know what to say. And the Panthers are 3-3, and we play you guys in like 2 weeks, and it's actually gonna be an interesting game. I'm excited. We make a video on thoughts on Saturday. I will have a TikTok video probably later on this evening since we're already live. Typically, if we have to do morning coverage or something like that, I won't post a YouTube video, but I'll post a TikTok video later on because the YouTube stream will save as a VOD. Yeah, we're going to take a look at ensembles here in just a minute. My team Kentucky is doing so bad. Yeah, Kentucky's not doing this good this year either. I've not really watched too much college football this year, but I think all of my teams suck anyways, but it's fine. Where am I originally from? Would you want to take a guess? Do you want to take a guess? I don't know if I have an accent, but... Scoot, I've been there a couple times. Actually, probably about 1 million times. Yeah, I'm from North Carolina, yeah. Dad, Jim, you do? I am from Asheville, North Carolina. I'm the sweet old mountains. Sweet old mountains. Say what I call a beanie a toboggan? I call a beanie a toboggan. How many people in chat call a beanie a toboggan? Sportsman, why do we... You're telling me, Maya, but it's so much fun, though. Maya, we beat the Cowboys on Saturday. We beat the Cowboys. The Panthers beat the Cowboys on Saturday. We beat the Dolphins before. Well, the Dolphins suck, but if we can pull one over on the Jets, I know the Jets are 0-6 on Sunday. I don't want to take that for granted because we were 0-6 last year and we got our first win against a team and kind of ruined someone's playoffs last year, Atlanta. But anyways, I will see. I'm interested. Like we're in the talk, which is interesting. Yeah, the Dolphins do need a new quarterback. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. Our running back had 239 yards from scrimmage last week and had the most offensive yards than any team together combined with any other running backs last week. It was insane. Like, the Panthers right now are almost considered top 5 offense based off of what they were playing last week. So I thought I'm a Panthers fan. If you guys don't know, I'm a diehard Panthers fan. That's literally my team in the NFL. And the last 8 seasons have been horrific since we lost the Super Bowl in 2015. And trying to figure out a quarterback situation and everything, it seems to be we're finally seeing things come together, which is exciting. So for the first time, I think since 2016, the Panthers have a 500 record at 3-3, which is insane. This year's just been a weird, football season too, just because of all the underdog teams winning games. It's been weird. Yeah, we got to beat the Jets on Sunday. If we can go up there and take a win, we'll be 4-3. I think the Bills will definitely be a hard game, clearly, to win. I know Atlanta just beat the Bills last night, so if we can, sorry, Maya, I support your team and I love the Bills, because they're not a bad football team whatsoever, but their run defense was awful last night. And y'all are about to play the Panthers run offense. If Rico puts up another 200 yards of offense, we will probably beat you guys next week. That's the thing. So that will be a fun game to watch for sure. And it's at our home. We're the only team in the NFL that's 3-0 at home this year. So that will be a matchup. And then I think we'll play the Packers after, so that'll be interesting to watch. All right, I'll stop talking about football. I don't want to make anybody mad. Okay, let's see here. What we got going on? Thank you, Kylie, for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see. Let's look at the radar. Yeah, I don't know why we still have a torpause warning. This is actually a little weird. Why are we keeping this thing torpause? There's nothing left. There's nothing left here. We are probably going to have a gaming live stream at some point today, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do, but B, thank you for the gifts, by the way. I appreciate it. Thank you. Good to see you. But team continues to feed me sometimes. That's okay, though, Maya. It's okay. You got to have your ups and downs, though. Listen, what is football season if all you do is win? You got to have the stressful moments where you think you're going to lose and you should lose, but then you find a way to win. I thought about doing a Fortnite stream today, and playing with viewers. I thought about it. We'll just see. I thought about it. Miranda, I'm sorry about the Cowboys last week. We really took it to you guys. Mars, you don't even play Fortnite. What? Dude, the Colts are impressive this year to watch. They're 5-1. I never thought going into the season the Colts are going to be a #1 team in the league right now. Like, that's impressive. Like, I have mad respect for what they're doing. I'll probably get off stream in the next 30 minutes. We've been on here for almost an hour. We're going to do some weather talk on what's going to happen with this weekend, and then we'll probably get on around 12:31. I may post a video later on tonight. We're going to do another live stream update tonight as well, so. Wait, what, Mars? You know what, Steph? You know what? Steph, can I get one compliment from you today? Is that possible? Or is that not a thing? Mars, I don't know what you... Mars, I'll just talk to you when we get off the thing. I'm so confused at what you just said in the chat. You're great at weathering. So I'm great at weathering like a rock? Like I'm... What?
Bruh.
Listen, it is what it is today. It's fine. All right. So while we wait for this severe thunderstorm warning to hopefully expire, let's see if we have any changes here. Hello, Court. Oh, guys, we do have a live goal today as well. That would be awesome. I want to see that live goal. So if anybody wants to hit the live goal before we get off stream today, that'd be super cool. If not, it's not the end of the world, but I do appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the gifts, B, by the way. I appreciate you. B, by the way, if you want to message me your gamer tag, if you play at all, you can. I meant to ask you that the other day when me and Ro were talking to you. Seems like the front really weakened. I think we just don't have a lot of instability. The front itself has a lot of really good shear with it today because we had a couple tornado warnings early last night / this morning. We are starting to see a little bit of an uptick with some storms down here. So we'll have to watch these near Long Beach because they do still have that 2% tornado risk down here. Huh? Oh, I got you, Mars. I got you. I guess I wasn't paying attention. How's my favorite weather guy? What's up, Michael? Okay, guys, this is gonna, for my weather team, y'all are gonna probably hate me for asking this question, but I got a serious question. I'm just curious. How many of you guys watch me over your weather people on TV? I'm just curious. I know Steph doesn't. Steph watches her Oklahoma people, which is fine. Wow, that sounds about right, Mars. That's about right. Can we answer is not part of the weather team? Absolutely. That's, you guys are fine, yeah. Well, I love that. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. I love that. So I feel bad we've not had a lot of weather streams because there's literally not been a lot to cover. I'll watch you and David. Sounds about right. Alrighty. I check for your videos every day. I love that. I love that. Yeah, well, let me go back here. Look at the new model runs. Let's see. New GFS. What are we doing? Yeah, we get to start reacting to Minnesota cameras again here pretty soon. Once they start to get storms up in that area. So it looks like next week's severe weather threat's pretty much non-existent now. Which makes sense. I don't see much for next week now. It looks like it's pretty much evaporated. Like I said, makes a lot of sense. I'm just trying to figure out what this goddamn tropical system's gonna do. Yeah, the trough is completely gone, Meg. It just scoots it far to the north. Now, there's going to be a little shortwave trough that's going to come in on the 23rd next week, but even that looks like it's fizzling out. Welcome to 2025, where everything changes. Oh, I appreciate that, Kyle. I really do. Those are really good people as well, though. I really like the setup on Saturday now, though. It's starting to become a little bit more interesting. Yeah, pretty much non-existent next week now. So, guys, I thought, since Rochelle is going to be in Texas on Halloween, and I will pretty much be by myself, I thought about doing a 24-hour Halloween stream. I thought about it. I haven't done a 24-hour stream in a very long time. Nah, court, I couldn't cover it. There was no way to cover it. There's no radars or anything up there to see anything with. But yeah, I thought about doing a 24-hour Halloween live stream. Eat candy, play video games all day, and hang out with you guys. Sounds like a fun Halloween. The one day I'll eat candy. I've been doing really good at not eating like sweet stuff here recently, at least trying to. What's happening on Saturday? Severe weather. Severe weather is happening. Yeah, I got rid of all of my little Debbie cakes last week, and I have nothing but crackers. I have some protein bars. I have a couple boxes of Pop-Tarts, but I haven't touched them. And then yeah, I've actually done pretty good in trying. I'm attempting. What's the weather for Sunday? Is it in? Oh, it's in Talladega this weekend. Oh, they're gonna probably have rain too with the front coming through. Now that I think about it. Let me get back to you on that, Maya. Yeah, let me get back to you on that one. Excuse me. It looks like the European model is trending with a higher low-level jet now, which is concerning. Interesting. I'll have to see what the 12Z Euro does today. Yeah, I'm excited for it, Maya. I'm excited for it. Stephanie, just for that, you're in for it later. I hope you know that. How are flights out of this area going to work? It's mostly just general rain. I'm not too sure on the standard on what they do in Los Angeles. This severe thunderstorm warning is pretty much falling apart. There's not much left here. I really just think it's going to be a rainy day for you guys here in Southern California. I think the tornado threat's pretty much just about done and over with. They still got to watch for some of these onshore storms. Um, but I'm not seeing anything that's like impressive or anything. I wouldn't be too worried about it. Wait to see what this tropical system is going to do. Yeah, the Joplin tornado. I was 10 years old when that happened. The tornado is over. Well, there wasn't a tornado to start with. Okay. There's a Torah severe thunderstorm warning. I don't think this system has no idea what it's doing. It doesn't even have this thing developing until next Friday. Like, that's the 24th. That's 10 days out. We're going to be dealing with this tropical wave for a while. It's just got it moving all over the place. Oh, yeah, Santa Clara, they're going to be okay. Mostly just rain. Yeah, the GFS this year has been horrible in terms of figuring out what it's going to do weather-wise. I feel like the GFS is becoming more of a situation that just doesn't, it's not accurate. I'm getting right now, it's cold here. I bet it's a cold rain in California. It has to be. Anyway, to see if we're getting hit on Friday and Saturday. Yeah, I mean, Southern Missouri is going to definitely have to watch. Southwestern Missouri near Joplin. You guys are in that day 5 slight risk. They expanded it a little bit. Actually, Joplin's right on the edge of it. So here is the risk zone. We can go ahead and start talking about it since pretty much severe weather is just about done here. Here is the risk zone for Saturday. If you remember from yesterday, they did expand it a little bit further to the north here. So it does now officially kind of cover basically central Illinois back down here. But this whole area has a chance for seeing damaging winds, large hail, potentially maybe even a couple tornadoes. It looks to be this is mostly going to be a linear event in terms of damaging wind. I don't really see too much of a like big time tornado event, at least as of right now. But what I have been noticing, at least on the Euro model, is a big increase in the low level jet. GFS not too excited about it. Um, yeah, it looks like an overnight MCS as well. We'll just have to see how things play out. It's going to be a weird setup on Saturday. I don't know if CSU did. They do have a tornado risk this afternoon in New Mexico, which is interesting. Yeah, you can see there is the CSU's risk zone guidance. They have the ping, like the center of concentration over central Arkansas, and then we have the actual SPC outlook here. So pretty decent area here. Definitely seeing it. Yeah, I'd say Arizona's been having a ball with the storms. And then day 6 would put it up here if there is anything. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, Laney. And after that, things just get a little bit more uncertain. You can start to see, though, on the severe weather graph here that we start to go up. We'll have some severe weather, and then we'll potentially go up toward the end of the month again. So a steady incline up with severe weather coming back. Not like a drastic up, down, but pretty decent little phase we're going to go through here. You can see this is the new GFS run coming in, how it evolves with the trough. It looks to be we're going to have a secondary low that's going to kind of spit out down here. And if this cyclogenesis happens and we get this low, you can see the GFS is already starting to cave into the European a little bit, which is going to bring in a little bit more instability and a little bit more moisture. And then by, Saturday night into Sunday morning, we'll have an MCS moving through as that low-level jet kind of ramps up. Not yet, no, Maya. It should be here soon. And then what this trough was going to do a couple days ago was give us more severe weather. It's no longer looking impressive. We'll have a little baby trough coming in afterwards. We'll have another little dip in the jet stream here towards the end of next week, potentially. Could see some more severe weather out of the southwest here. But that's also a ways away out. So let's look at the GFS's instability again. Take a sounding. What's up, Whiskey? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so this is the instability for Thursday. Not a lot. And then we get into Friday. I really want to watch Friday. Friday has a sneaky potential. You can see where the instability is at on Friday, going into Friday night. Into Saturday, looks like we're going to have some morning time convection kind of scattered across the region here, which may or may break instability values. We'll just kind of have to see how things play out. It's a marginal severe weather throughout there with some wind and some hail. I don't really see there being too big of a tornado risk on Friday. Yeah, mostly wind and hail there. And then we go into Saturday, and then take a look at this. That instability just gets pushed to the east there. And then you're talking a pretty good amount of instability. Let me go back. There we go. Around 21Z on Saturday, got about 2,300 joules northwestern Arkansas. Marginal torque sounding. We need to see the low-level jet be a little bit more impressive to get a better tornado threat out of this. But this mostly looks to be a wind and a hail threat on from nationwide here on, or at least risk zone wide for Saturday as of right now. Things can change, though. Things can change. We'll look at the euro here in just a minute. Yeah, I'm not seeing too much of anything crazy. Yeah, I did a video on it, Whiskey. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. What did the trough do on the 60 euro? Hold on. Yeah, so we don't have that second piece of energy that's weak. We have this trough just connects, and this is like kind of worst case scenario here. Big bowling ball trough. This is your triple point access point here where your severe weather would be at going Saturday night into Sunday morning, and then eventually that would lift off to the northeast. And then the euro does want to have that second trough coming in, which is also a little bit interesting. Yeah, the euro really likes severe weather, and then it kind of just falls apart as messy convection once it hits the Ohio River Valley because of the lack of instability. So this will be the corridor to watch once again on Saturday. It definitely looks like it's going to get stormy out there, that's for sure. We'll be live covering this on Saturday if this in fact does validate. And then it goes off to the east there. The euro's uptrending in instability up here. Also a little bit interesting. Very, very little instability. Yeah, Michigan will definitely get some rain out of this. Why we have 3,000 joules per kilogram of instability in Texas, I don't know. It's a little fun sounding. The Euro wants, like, destruction. Southwest Louisiana, you'll have some storms this weekend. I don't know if it's going to be severe. Big time troughing coming in toward the end of the month, though. Models have been really consistent on this big trough coming in. This would bring probably some cold air. You can see another little severe weather setup down here, potentially. I'm not seeing, like, any big time tornado events, though. Like, when I mean tornado events, like, enhanced or higher. Still definitely could be some storms out there, though. Yeah, when you start to see a jet stream that kind of flows in like this out of the West Pacific, more times than not, it typically does bring cold air behind it. I could see a Halloween cold front coming in. I could see it. Maybe something like this. Let's look at the tropics and see. Why? So it's got a Category 1 hurricane, almost Cat 2, by next Sunday, the 26th, just kind of hanging out. Last night's run, it had it way over here. We're back over here again. It just does not know how to handle this wave. Doesn't know what to do. It is a weird one. Let's look at the high pressure and see where it's at. Interesting. So we may be turning this back west on the GFS. The GFS on this run sees a weaker trough to the north and a more complete ridge. And this would ultimately, I believe, pull it in this direction. Yeah, this is the GFS that's been showing this. The Euro takes it this direction. The Icon takes it this direction, but the GFS takes it this direction. Lots of uncertainty. Yeah, because last night, actually, no, this was the run this morning. Let's look at the run from this morning. Yeah, it takes it into the Yucatan. That's what this morning's did. And then it had a secondary low over here. So already the difference in the GFS from this is this morning's run. This is where it's at this afternoon. Already a big difference again. Last night it was all the way up here in the Bahamas. I'd love an answer on this, but it's literally going to be like a week and a half out before we get any answer on where it's going to go. You've got the ensembles. Yeah, the GFS ensembles are all over the board. They get this wave as far as this is where this ultimately could go. This is the variety of ranges that this tropical system could go if it develops next week. Yeah, I think both are. I think both Maya. The Euros had its struggles with showing development on some storms. This year the GFS is also. I like Google a lot, and Google has it further to the south. I'll show Google here in a second. I'm gonna see what the 12Z Euro does when it updates this afternoon. One does have a landfall in Tampa, which is kind of funny. European ensembles from this morning, way further. Hold on. Yeah, European ensembles way further down here to the south basically have this making a landfall in Mexico and then going out to sea. Excuse me. Or Central America there. Google Deep AI. Same trend further to the south, but then it develops and moves to the north. Same trend with the Google Deep AI. Um, the other Google Deep AI run. Also, yeah, so this is interesting. We're trending in more of a like Yucatan Gulf scenario with Google, and Google's been spot on this year. Like I can't like not look at this and be like, hey, is this a scenario? But once again, until this system gets into the Caribbean next weekend, they're gonna have no idea what it's gonna do. These models are gonna bounce back and forth all over the board. It's just one of those. It's just one of those tricky forecasts. But that's a signal and a half right there, and most of these do take this in this fashion. And then you have the dermatistic run, which is going to probably do some hunky junky stuff like this again. Just doesn't know what to do. It's dependent on trough timing, ridging, everything. It's the fun of forecasting weather. Why is my comment line gone? What do you mean? I see your comments, Terry. You're good. Yeah, LA does have a severe thunderstorm warning still. It's still there. It's about done for, though. Oh, there's a flash flood warning for Los Angeles County. What's up, NMS? Good to see you. Saw your live for once. Yeah, it's YouTube algorithm is a little weird. I've kind of picked up on that as well. Good to see you though. I'm glad you got to catch a stream. Heck yeah. Yeah, they probably are freaking out down there though, I think. Is this hurricane coming on the East Coast? Probably not. Probably not. There are, like I said, a variety of solutions on if this does develop next week that this thing could go to. Could go as far west as the Yucatan, north, here out to sea. I mean, some even have it recurving back east. It's endless. It's really going to depend on what this upper level low does on the Halloween week. What happens? How far south does it dip? How strong is it? Because ultimately, it would potentially pull this thing out to sea. Now, I bet this model run's probably going to do some weird shit. That's what I'm waiting for. It looks like it's still trending to the northwest. I'm still waiting for the National Hurricane Center to highlight something. Like, it's crazy they haven't done it yet. Hold on, I'm reading something. Okay, sorry, I was reading something, y'all. Okie dokie. Okay. I did see the one you sent to, Laney. Yeah. I did. Oh, there, it's turning. It's in a turn now. I want to see. I'm always curious on what these runs do. Hi, Kenna. Which storms this weekend or early next week? I really like the Saturday setup a little bit more now. It's been trending. It's been trending up a little bit. That was Hazel. Yep. How was the Hazels? Oh, what is this jet stream doing? It's a weird zonal jet stream for next week. Probably more Arkansas. We'll have to see how Southern Missouri plays out. This is weird. We've been so dry in the last 2 months. Yeah, you guys need rain as well. A lot of people need the rain significantly. Yeah, we have lots of things to watch. So once this run finishes here, we'll probably wrap up stream. I am going to do a game stream today, guys, here in just a little bit. I'm going to eat some food. Check on the kiddos. Make sure Ro's good. Probably have a game stream today. Hang out for a little bit. Oh, man. Usually we're staying with tornadoes weekly here. I think your winter season will be interesting for tornadoes. Oh, it's trending back west again. Oh, this is going to be so much fun to forecast next week. I am absolutely loving this. If this system does develop next week, the GFS just continues to do wild things with it. The European doesn't really like it. The Icon doesn't really like it either. It's very interesting. We get to play Madden, COD, Battlefield, Fortnite, literally anything. Hold on, we're going to zoom in. We're going to zoom in here. Look at that thing. What is it doing? Look at that. Ah! Not at trending west. That's crazy. To get right up into Louisiana. I'm just kidding. It's kind of stuck underneath this ridge. So the GFS sees the ridge a little bit stronger on this run. It's quite hilarious, though. I bet all the weather weenies are watching this and hoping it hits a landmass so they can post it later. It's crazy. Oh, we had 2 warnings last night when I went to sleep. Yeah, we had 2 warnings in California last night. Like, it just doesn't move. I want to know where the damn thing's gonna go on this run. I just want to know where it's gonna go. Oh, absolutely, Lainey. Except it'll be Melissa. Imagine that. Hello, Tornadic Rebel. We enjoy covering weather. We do. What's crazy though is this is 13 days out. Yeah, the Southern California storm is cranking. Do we have a new marine warning? Of course we do. All right, so we can see there's a little bit of spin here, actually. Near the islands here. We're gonna have to watch. I guess we're gonna have to watch this too. A little bit of spinny spin on that storm. There's not much left with the severe weather today, though. We'll see if they issue anything with this little blob coming in. Let's go back here to that run. I want to see this. It's not moving. It's like stalled out. What's going on? It's stuck between two ridges. Almost run. This is probably not what's going to happen, guys. Just a heads up. Imagine a Category 5 hurricane just hanging out over top of the islands here. That would suck. And this is over 300 hours out, so this model run is in La La Land. It is absolutely in La La Land. I just like to look at these for shits and giggles. I want to see if it drops it below 900 millibars. I'm curious now. Thank you guys for the gifts, by the way. I appreciate it. Oh, man. Got a couple more frames left on this run. What's everybody got planned for today? What's everybody doing on this lovely Tuesday? Oh, going back north again. 931 millibar. Hello, Brian. Actually, no, Bobby, it hasn't, surprisingly. Surprisingly. Everything's still been running functionally pretty well. Oh, man. Yeah, it's been good that that's not been a thing. Yeah, I know you are. It's definitely going to be an Arkansas event for sure on Saturday. Come on, I need this run to finish loading. It takes forever. That GFS takes forever to run. Yeah, we'll be getting, guys, we'll be getting off here in just a few minutes. Takes it back. It's taking it back east. Laney, it's got it down to 928. This is the GFS showing a major hurricane in the Caribbean in 300 hours, which probably is not going to happen. It's too far out. I mean, you know how bad this would be for the islands here? This would be awful. Hello, Vort. Southeast Louisiana this weekend's going to have rain. Such a weird run. We're going to end the run with a hurricane down here. And then you got a huge ridge. Most times these will sneak underneath the ridge. Most of the time. We'll just have to see. Oh, absolutely, Laney. Couple more rounds here. Do I think there'll be severe storms in southeast Louisiana? Probably not. We'll see what happens. As we get through the next couple of days here, we'll be able to find out a little bit more. Oop. Back to the northeast. I don't even know the answer to that either, Shelby. It's impossible to know. Models are all over the place with it. We're just looking at our height anomaly, so just based off of lows and highs happening. This would open the door for the system to go out with the ridge being in place. It would get pulled out. Excuse me. Three more frames. 3 more frames left. And then we're going to wrap off stream, guys. We've been on here for about an hour and a half. We'll have another live stream later on tonight, this evening, for weather. Is Illinois getting hammered soon? I wouldn't say getting hammered. There's a chance for some severe weather this weekend. Oh, it's back northwest again, Laney. There's only 3 frames left. Woo! I love watching models. It's so funny. Because we know when the 18Z comes out this afternoon, it's going to do some crazy stuff. Aiden, I hate to say it, but if the ridge plays out, it will have to go this direction. But the ridge will scoot over, and it'll basically allow this thing to get sucked up underneath of it. Laney is throwing shade today. I'm not ready for winter here in North Dakota. I don't blame you. I get excited for winter, but then I'm tired of it at the same time. Aubrey, I still gotta run some games with you sometime. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Yes, we can do it tomorrow. Oh, here comes the trough. Here comes the trough. It's gonna take her away. Wouldn't that be something, though? So, for what I'm getting from these models, it's like something is going to happen somewhere in this area next week. Into the following week. That's what I'm getting at. Something's going to happen. I don't know where, but something's going to happen. Aiden. There's Hazel again. I don't know what she's doing. She's like she was saying ow. Come on, one more frame. I want to get off here. Need a break. Oh, man. It sensed my aurora. Excuse me. Hello, Emily. We're about to get off here. We're going to do another update later on this evening. Oh, going right to Florida on this run. Wow, that's over 364 hours out. That literally, this would be a Halloween landfall in Florida if this were to happen. Crazy. Probably not going to happen, but... Hello, Jen. That's wild. Yeah, that would be good. But alrighty, guys, I'm gonna get off here and go eat some food, and we'll have another live update later on tonight. Thank you, my lovely weather team, for all the help. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for tapping. Thank you for the gifts. We'll see you guys back in here later on this afternoon. We'll have a game stream in just a little bit. So, bye, y'all.